Your Majesty, there you are.
Please, it's Nia. You aren't used to it yet, do you?
I'm sorry, Please forgive me. It's just...
It's fine. I may have taken my teasing a step too far there.
I hope what I'm about to say doesn't come out the wrong way, but...
Yes?
It's just... You're our queen. We believed you were the one that gave us all life, and that we'd return to you in the end. You were like this awesome being high above. None of us could even dream of talking to you. And now you're just traveling along with us and chatting like it's an everyday thing. It's just really bizarre to me somehow. Like things have been switched around. It still feels a little strange.
Could it be that it just hasn't sunk in yet? I see. Well, it's the same for me.
What?
I'm sure I've told you this before, but please indulge me. While I was asleep in the Cloud Keep, I was getting information about what was happening in the world. So I knew long before that you were not M, but an independent being called Mio. But it was nothing more than information. I wanted to truly know you more than anyone else. But I couldn't touch you, couldn't make contact. I felt so close to you, but you were still this distant, far-off thing. It was so frustrating. But right now, you're so close, I can reach out and touch you, speak with you even. I never thought the day would come. It's a truly strange feeling.
It's the same for me.
Indeed. It's amazing, really, the way things worked out, don't you think?
For sure. If I hadn't become Ouroboros, I'd never have had the chance to meet you, Nia. Sometimes a small pebble starts the avalanche, which changes your whole future. Don't you think?
No, I don't think you can put it all down to chance.
Huh? What do you mean?
I think we met because we were supposed to, Mio. It was meant to be. Because, to me, you're...
Hey! Mio! Nia! We're heading out soon, guys. Get a move on or you'll get left behind.
Okay, we're coming! Shall we go join the others?
Sure. Let's do that. Mio?
Yes?
I'm really glad we got to talk like this.
Yeah, me too. Nia.
Info acquired Nia's memories. Okay, so you do just visit the locations. And still force a habit of turning that on. I assume that's what's going on here. I knew that there was like additional lore and backstory and stuff like that behind the ascension quests of Nia and Melia. So I was like, oh, let's do that before the DLC drops, you know. Probably not a bad idea to do that first. So let's find out whether that's for sure the case. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And that's something that I thought before anyway, what with the, you know, Gormati flesh eater and stuff. Could well be. We know that Rex seemingly had a kid with each of them, judging by the photo at the end where it's like they all had a kid there. But if that's the case, will we see said kiddos within the prologue story that's coming out next week? Geo Remobers will certainly be a wonderful grist for my literary mill. You're writing another novel? This won't be a novel, rather a chronicle. I want to depict you all exactly as you are unvarnished. Yes, it'll be a true masterwork, shaking the world so hard that it'll echo down the ages. Future's bright, my friends. Writing a chronicle, huh? Oh, that's about an idea to hold a zoom in and stuff. Yeah, I mean, he, Rex just pulled a Sombron. Nosh and I have been working hard, in deepest earnest. Yet for all she did, no tide of fate. Are my headphones bugging out? I just heard a weird ringing in my left ear. Hopefully it's my headphones and not my brain. Yeah, I hear it again. Move the cable? It's not something with the game, is it? The not evil Sombra. Yeah, that. I appreciate the follow there, Apple being. Can I get a $15 gift card to Applebee? No. No tide of fate of which I could hear dream would suffer. Wait, no tide of fate of which I could hear dream would suffer me to raise our city fair. What a weird sentence. Truly, I feel bitter for her fate and worried gravely for House Reed's repute. All right, great talk. Wonderful discussion there. What are the other locations that I need to visit? Let's see here. Agnes Castle is another one. So, aha, Ascension Ground. So probably that there, right? Most likely. So I joke on Twitter about Rex dual wielding his wives' sword from. No. I assume that we looked at the trailer just before, you know, starting this little adventure here. And one of the things that I noticed within it is that the green core crystal that Pyra and Mithra have is on a character that I believe her name was Glimmer in the trailer, which makes me wonder, like, huh, are Pyra and Mithra back into, like, one person with the merge of the worlds and stuff like that, and are that character within the DLC story, maybe?
Oh, what do you plonkers want now?
Plonkers?
Hey, come on. Don't be like that. We're just here to say hi.
Huh? What's that? You got time on your hands, have ya? Huh?
I don't know if I'd say that per
Why?
se, but yeah, I'm streaming
If
this
it
anyway.
isn't,
I believe this is the first time we speak directly, isn't it, Gondor?
Can someone tell me what the hell's going on? What's the Queen of Agnes doing here? Oh, hang on. I suppose we are in Agnes Castle right now. So, maybe it's not so weird to see you here. But what I don't get is, why does the Queen of Agnes seem to know about me?
That's... well, it's a long story. The Vandham name, and those that bear it, have a deep meaning for me.
You mean my family?
In the past, we were saved by a man called Vandham. He taught us a lot about life, and what it was we were called to do. It's no exaggeration to say that without him, there would be no me.
Huh? A real deep connection between Nia and Gondor's fam. Spooky.
The memories of it are all but lost now. These were events of the distant past.
Oh. More to the point. Seems you dags have gotten pretty used to chumming up with royalty, like it's no big thing.
Well, Nia asked us to treat her that way. Like another one of the gang.
Come on, Gondor. Surely you more than anyone wouldn't expect us to mince our words around Nia.
Wind your neck in, will ya? Nothing wrong with how I talk.
Oh, you're so bold and unabashed. I simply adore it.
I suppose I am.
I mean, you've passed through the conflict with the false queen, maintained order in the castle. There are a lot of things that came about because of your blood, sweat, and tears, Gondor.
Huh? Well, that's a real heck of a compliment. Too much for the likes of me, maybe, you match. All I reckon we really did was set a few boundaries to stop things going daft. I don't have a clue about your Agnian folks, though.
You're just being humble, Gondor. Please, there's no need for it. It's not easy to earn people's trust, to maintain the balance. And you do all that while still remaining natural, unadulterated Gondor.
Oi! I'm basically an adult. I'm almost... forget it.
Gondor, you really soften up when you get a few kind words, don't you?
Huh? Who you calling soft?
I hope Agnes can count on your continued support.
I mean, what I'd really like to be saying right now is bite me. But since I got a real deal queen going to all the trouble of asking me, I guess I gotta at least consider the request a bit.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Gondor. As the nominal lady of Agnes Castle, I bestow upon you my sincere admiration for fulfilling the...
Hey! Whoa! Enough already! It's like you wanna make me squirm.
Ah, there's our Gondor.
Just shut up, will you? We're done talking about me, alright? You Ouroboros assholes, mind your own beeswax, alright? I better not hear you've been holding the queen back. You're a real goofy bunch, aren't you? Just being around your counts as a hazard.
Pot calling the kettle black much there, Gondor love?
People acquired Nia's memories. So when talking about Vandom in the distant past, was she referring to the Xenoblade 2 Vandom, or was she referring to actually Gondor's family there? Because within Xenoblade 2, there was, you know, Vandom that was one of your temporary party members that ended up dying in, what, the end of Chapter 3 was the case? He was, what? That's not the map. Certainly one heck of a character there. Where the heck do I go next? Sophronia Tree in the Fornus region. So, Fornus region. It's not a, oh my goodness, where the heck would it be? That's Colony 4. If I see a question mark around somewhere, this related event. Silas Terrace Camp? It's probably not that. I don't know. Unless the Terrace has the tree quest related event. Namba Mound? I don't know. Guess I'll go here. I guess I could always take Nia out of my party and see which question mark disappears, right? Sophronia Tree in the Fornus region. Wait, I think I had another tab open that showed. Yeah, I have another tab open here that shows the actual locations. Oh, well, I'm getting a thing. Yeah, it's a different thing here. Oh, it's those two! Come on, Bam Bam, go take a look. Bam Bam, too scared! Whoa, what? Oh, that's one of those, like, floaty doodles. I thought in the top left that it was, like, one of those dragons from Breath of the Wild flying through the sky. Hey, you're the one who's most annoyed by that noise. Darn, noticed Racket first! Ah, yeah? What are you doing? Oh, nice, it's you. Good timing, mates. There's been this terrifying noise going on for a while now. It's very petrifying. So, now we're trying to decide whether we should go and see what's making it. Yeah, make all your decisions through fighting. Problem is, what if it's something awful? That would be awful. Certainly very awful. How Bam Bam endure and continue peaceful travels in such state. Tashes with it all. Is this as free as we're ever gonna be? Bam Bam not satisfied with that. Journey of Bam Bam only just beginning. Whoa. The dude, like, as funny as it is to say low FPS Gyarados, like it's Legends Arceus, that dude was low FPS for a hot second in the background there. I guess because he wasn't, like, immediately in the shot. But then as the shot changed over, it's like, okay, well, time to make him high FPS again. Which is way better than Scarlet and Violet, which is just like, oh, it's not in the shot, completely unload it, and then just load it a frame or two later after the shot comes in. As I've gone through editing the Scarlet and Violet video essay, the amount of instances that I've seen of weirdness 1 to 2 frames after a camera shot changes is honestly like more camera angle changes than not, or more camera shot changes than not. It certainly feels like it's a mess. Anyway, I can't with these two. Hey, is it so important to you? What if we go look with you? Would you? You do that for Bam Bam? Maybe I'll do it sometime much later after the other DLC story there. Well, after the final DLC. It's not like the previous DLCs had much in the way of story. If all you want to know is what's making the noise, then it'll hardly take that long. You're lifesavers. I totally owe you for this. Clearly old wing at traveling. Well, we're not going to get much done sitting around here. Let's head toward the source of the noise. maybe we'll do it later. I feel like working so... Oh, I guess I didn't have a quest actively set before this point. Well, it's right there. Do I want to go have a look-see then, I guess? Anyway, sure, fine. I feel like working so much on the Scarlet and Violet video essay has rotted my brain. It's currently over 5 hours long. I only have now the visuals and aesthetics chapter and then the conclusion. Well, and the intro. I guess the intro is one of the things that I'll make last once I know what the whole rest of the video looks like. Yeah, that's essentially what's going on there. And I've noticed all sorts of wacky things that I didn't notice at face value while playing the game. Like when it comes to the weirdness after it changes camera shots, I've noticed that characters with long hair like Arvin and even my trainer that had like one of the longer hairstyles will sometimes have their hair go like really crazy for about 5 frames. So if it's in 30 FPS, that's a 1/6 of a second of the hair going super crazy right after changing shots, and then it like settles down and goes to normal. It's so weird. Do you have Gen 9 DLC terrifies you? Oh yeah. Speaking of other DLC things I need to prepare for coming up. Whew, yeah. Yikes. And they showed the trailer where it basically just showed a PNG of each, like an art of each, and it's like, so what do you think? You ready to pre-order it now at a increased price compared to other DLCs on the Switch? $5 more expensive? It's a noise coming from this. It's a supply container. It looked like airdrop break it. That sound of air. Oh, that makes sense. Huh, nothing to be scared of. Can we just stop this racket? Oh, hey, wait a second. What if you just twiddle this here? So I pretty much can't get at what's inside this container now. That Bam Bam see. Not so broken. All I need is some elbow grease. If only we had the parts. We could manage something. If only. If I have the parts already, I'll give it to them. If not, I'm skedaddling off and finding the Sophronia tree. Why, yes, we'd love to get these parts for you. Thank you for asking so nicely. Oh, you're so generous. Such magnanimosity. My goodness. The part you want is the Serenity Jet. Should be able to find them easily around the old kind of battlefield. Probably. I probably have some, right? Because I, like, was grinding there for a while. Yeah, I have stuff. Grinding there midway through the playthrough. For a bunch of class levels and stuff. Got the pots you need, but is this really enough to fix it? Yeah, that's just the ticket. Let me show you how the maintenance and development team gets it done. Oh no, monster attracted by sound. Oh no! Once again, prolonged exposure to idiocy inconveniences us. These two should come with a warning. Oh, don't say that. They're not bad people. Also, thinking about Mio there, I noticed during the last cutscene with Nia, something that I never noticed before. Mio's core crystal is inverted compared to Nia's, which is interesting there. We'll take the monster, you take the container. Alright. Help! Bam Bam no want to die, Bam Bam no want to die! Oh, come on! Let's just get this monster whacked. Give it a good old whack. Is what we better do here. Yeah, what level are you gonna be, huh? 25. Okay. Well. Oh yeah, and we get the Drifting Souls battle because we have Nia here. So we get a cool battle theme and stuff. Well, how about we just, you know, wreck this dudo really quickly. Like this. Big smack! Oh, I died and I missed. And that's goodbye, Mr. Luck. Hoping it will, folks. Nothing impossible for Bam Bam and friend. Prodigal researchers, come developers, and sometime mechanics. What? When do you get back? Alrighty. Wonder what's gonna be inside. I hope it's food. Bam Bam hoping for tasty sausage. One bracelet, warrior's armor vest, iron headband, soldier's ring. Affection ring, gemstone. Okay. Sparks this. It's not tasty sausage. Combat supplies. So this actually turned out to be useful. We don't need it. How do you know? May as well take it. It's not like we're going to be fighting. Doing right. If not eatable, not valuable. Yeah, we'll generously gift it to you. Thanks for the help. Not gonna say no if you're offering. Cheers. Good. If you can use it, then consider it a little token of our appreciation. Bam Bam in agreement. Very pleased that it's useful to friends. Well, Bam Bam, I think it's time we head off on our next adventure. Let's rip, friend! Weren't they bickering at each other before? Guess they're pretty easygoing. Well, come developers is not a phrase you expect in this game, now you're scarred. What does it mean? Because there's no way that it means what you would think that it would at face value. Like, it's gotta mean something else. But what? I can't imagine what context that's a word. Don't want to know, you're scared? Like, part of me is pretty curious about what it means, but I know that if I Google it, I'm just gonna get, you know, a bunch of porn or something to come up, you know? Like, there's no way that I could realistically Google that and actually find the answer of what it genuinely means. There's no chance, you know? So, I think it's just gonna have to remain a mystery what the heck that phrase means. Oh, this directly says Sophronia Tree. Okay, well, we did that. Interesting to see if the future Redeemed DLC will get a cartridge release like the Torna DLC did. I kind of hope so. I hope things are going well today, Politico Stefan. I own the cartridge release of Xenoblade 2 Torna. And I own like the season pass as well. I got both. I'm fairly certain when I played through Torna on the channel, I did like the cartridge version. So if I want my cartridge save files, I have to put in the cartridge. But if I want my expanded on the main game save file, I need to put in my Xenoblade 2 main game cartridge. And I think I have Torna save files on both. Makes it slightly confusing, so oops. But also because of that, if you buy it as a cartridge, it also comes with a code for like all the DLC except for Torna, so you can redeem the rest of the Xenoblade 2 DLC, and you know, then you have Torna as part of the cartridge. So because I already own the season pass in Xenoblade 2, I still have this code like unused. So if anyone owns Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and is interested in getting all the DLC except for Torna, I don't know if you can buy Torna standalone if you're ever interested down the line. I think you just have to buy the whole generic season pass. I don't know how it works. But if anyone's interested in like all the DLC of 2 for the actual game itself of 2 and not Torna the side story, I have a code for it that just hasn't gone used for years. So it's like, it may as well be used. It's an NA code. So if anyone wants it, let me know and you can have it. I still have, speaking of codes, I still have that Mario plus Rabbids Europe Season Pass DLC from the gold copy that I got in Italy that just can't be used on like a North American cartridge. So if anyone wants if anyone is in Europe and owns Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope and wants the DLC for that as well, let me know. I'll give you my code. But like, I want image proof that you're in Europe. Like, show me the cartridge that says EUR at the end of Mario plus Rabbids. I don't want to just have someone be like, oh, I can use it, and then I give someone a code and then they just sell it elsewhere. No, I want someone that can actually redeem it and stuff. So if anyone wants either of those codes, a Xenoblade 2 DLC code for everything but Torna for NA, or a Europe Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope full season pass code, let me know. I have them. And they're just not gonna go to use otherwise, so yeah, let me know there. But yeah, Xenoblade 3 really trying to get its player base to review Real 3. I guess so. Like, I genuinely am curious what the heck Come Developers means. But there's no way I can Google it. You know? Switch to private browsing mode, Google it. Fingers crossed that I find out what the heck it even means.
The scent of Sophronia. This takes me back.
Takes you back? You mean you know what this is?
Yes, of course. Sophronia trees used to grow in the world that I came from, you see.
Huh? For real?
Did my capture card just hiccup there?
So that's where Sophronia trees come from. Who'd have guessed?
That's not all. What what you call the Orion Mountains came from my world too.
Whoa, seriously? I always thought they were funny-shaped mountains.
I mean, now they're mountains. Back then, they weren't so picturesque.
Are there more places like this? Stuff that we don't know the true origin of?
Actually, yes. In fact, I dare say, pretty much everywhere you've seen till now.
Makes sense. If you hadn't been here, we'd have just walked right past like it was no big thing.
I suppose it's good for you all to know about how things were in the old world. Well, now you've got all this new perspective, why not have a look back at the path you already traced?
Looking back at where we came from. That could be a really valuable experience.
Yes. Please, give it some thought. The path that you're on now will lead you to the future that you've dreamed of.
Well, I sure hope that it will. The path that I've dreamed of knocking games off of my GameCube. Where the heck was the actual tree? Oh, it's up there. I just thought because there was like an ether harvesting thing. I'm at 93,099 cylinders. It's not that important, I guess. Bit by bit, get through things in the queue. That's the dream that I dream of. That and finishing the Scarlet and Violet video essay. I'm glad that the soundtrack chapter's wrapped up as of today, but my goodness gracious. Let's see here. And then finally, Tower Camp and Pentalus region. Tower Camp, huh? Can I list search? Tower Camp, huh? So that means that it's probably this. Yes. Okay. So this right here is what we must do. And then we'll get the conversation. We'll talk things out at the campfire. I don't know if I'm going to need to actually do a proper Ascension quest from there, or if this counts as the Ascension quest, or what's going on there. But yeah, strange listening to Mios to just hear Ranny since they have the same voice actress. Oh, yeah, she wants to go that way. Tarnished. Take this moonlight great sword. I have no idea what the heck Ranny says anymore. It's been too long since I played Elden Ring. We're gonna have to come back to that game too because of the DLC coming out for that. That was, what, a 140-part series? So definitely one of my longer ones already. Much like Xenoblade 3 and Persona 5.
Nia? Everything all right?
This place you call Maktha Wildwood. Do you know anything about all the ruins and things scattered around here?
I do.
No, to tell the truth.
I never paid them any mind, I guess. But now you mention them, they do seem pretty weird. Oh. Hey, is this also related to stuff from your old world, Nia?
That's a good guess, Senna. Not quite right, but you aren't far off.
Please, explain.
All right, I will. This is probably something you ought to know about. I told you before about Ionios' creation, right? Well, what I'm about to talk about goes back much further into the past than that.
You mean when the worlds were one?
The people of that time had access to absolute power, using it to create and enjoy a flourishing civilization. But in the end, they started to fight each other for control over that very power. And because of that, the power became a calamity and ripped the world in two. What we're looking at now is the remnants of the destruction that humanity has wrought. So the true meaning of all this ruin is to stand as a monument to the history that created this world.
If you really think about it, we human beings are the cause of all of it.
I don't get it. Why fight till everything burns?
The answer is because they were afraid.
Afraid of what?
Afraid of ending. All life, all civilizations and cultures, everything comes to an end in time. Of course, humans are part of the world too. We can't escape that rule either. But people never stop looking for a way. even if it means going beyond the rules. Eternity. That's what they were searching for.
Eternity.
If the present moment carries on forever, then the end will never come. That's eternity. With that, the miserable decay that you're looking at now would never come to pass. I think you probably all know the rest of the story already. Why this world that we're in now is called Ionios, the realm of eternity.
Zed also wants eternity, just as the people did back then.
But, I mean, even though they were longing for eternity, to sacrifice so many lives to achieve it, it can't be right.
I agree. We might get hurt, and someday we'll be gone. But we have to keep moving forward in spite of all that. That's what it means to live, right, Nia?
Yes, exactly right. That must be clear to you all now. You should hold on to that vision of life. Cherish it as you go forward. Keep that in your heart so that you never repeat the mistakes of the past.
Huh. Misting. Also, now we can discuss that at a camp. Maybe we should do it at a camp that's a lot more pleasant than, you know, Mortha here. Like, yeah, how about a place around here? Something or other. That'd be super pleasant. Look, there's a rest spot here and stuff. Yeah, another way of describing that. But yeah, the plot of kind of what led up to Mortha coming to exist the way that it did in Xenoblade 2 that I guess was found out from Klaus towards the end of the game there. Let's do this. Let's have a little bit of a discussion. So, I guess I unlock the Ascension quest from here now? Okay, so what we got next? Question. Nia, anywhere you still want to go? Well, if you're asking me to choose, then I may have to ask your advice first. Sure, I hope we can give you a decent answer. In all the places you guys have been so far, was there ever a place where you could look at the sky up close, almost touch it? But what do you mean, close to the sky? I guess she means like, have we ever been to the highest place in the world, right? Highest place? Have we? Maybe? Maybe not. Is that where you'd like to go now, Nia? Yes, I mean, I don't have any really major reason for it, but just when you asked where I wanted to go, that was the first thing that popped into my head. What, the sky, you mean? Maybe. When I look up at the sky, I just long to go back there. Sort of nostalgia. What with the Cloud Sea, living on Titans and stuff, in virtually sky. Well, if that's what you want, then why don't we try and find a high place for you? Oh, really? You're good with that? I'm cool with it. Anyway, it was me who brought this whole where do you want to go chat in the first place. If there's a way up there, skyscraping place like that, I'd love to check it out myself. You guys. Thank you so much. Guess I'm counting on you all over again. Let's find it together then. A place where we'll be close enough to touch the sky. Let's do it. Neat. Grasping my future. Yeah. Imagine this is just like God of War over here. Let's go spread the ashes. I can't wait for the day that if my GameCube ever opens up enough that that's something that I get to play. There's so many things that it's like, I want to play one day. Well, I'm getting my... No! Buttons all mixed up. My goodness gracious. I kept pressing B to back out. So it was in Sword March, right? Yeah. So, somewhere over there. Okay. Yeah, I'd love to get to the God of War series one day, but so many projects. Ah! My goodness.